December 23rd, 1944. 2:17 a.m. Deep in the Ardennes Forest, Belgium. Snow falls heavy, blanketing the pines like a shroud. Sergeant Lyle Bouck hunkers behind a fallen log, his breath fogging the air. He's alone, outnumbered 12-1. 12 German soldiers, crack troops from the 1st SS Panzer Division, circle his position. They've got him pinned in a shallow ravine, machine guns trained, grenades ready. The absurdity hits hard. One American, 20 years old, cut off from his platoon after a brutal ambush 2 hours back, his rifles down to its last clip. Ammo scattered in the drifts. Surrender? That's what they're demanding, voices barking in broken English through the storm. But Bouck knows the score. In this frozen hell, giving up means a bullet to the head, or worse. In the next 60 seconds, 12 of Hitler's elite will drop, not because of luck, because one man decides he won't break. To understand how it came to this, pull back 3 days. Lyle Bouck wasn't born for war. Grew up in a small Nebraska town, the kind where cornfields stretch forever and Sundays mean church and football. At 19, he was just a kid with a steady hand, worked as a farmhand, fixing tractors, hunting deer in the fall, enlisted in 43 because his older brother did, and the draft notice was coming anyway. Basic training at Camp Wheeler, Georgia turned him into a soldier, not a hero type, just reliable. His platoon sergeant called him the quiet one who gets it done. Bouck didn't talk much, preferred action. By summer 44, he was in Europe with the 99th Infantry Division. The battle babies, green but tough, landed in Normandy after D-Day, pushed through the hedgerows, saw his first action near Aachen, Germany in October. That was chaos. Artillery shells whistling overhead, houses exploding into splinters. Bouck's squad lost half their men in one night. He pulled a wounded buddy 50 yards under fire, dragging him through mud that sucked at his boots like quicksand. No medals for that, just survival. The 99th got pulled back for rest, but rest in wartime is a joke. They redeployed to the Ardennes in November. Quiet sector, or so the brass said. Thick woods, rolling hills, snow starting to stick. Bouck's platoon, Easy Company, set up outposts along the Our River line. He was squad leader by then. 7 men under him, youngest sergeant in the outfit. Not because he chased glory, but because he kept his head when others froze. Like the patrol in early December, scouts reported German movement across the river. Bouck's team went out at dusk, bellies full of cold sea rations. They hit a minefield, 2 guys blown apart, legs gone in a flash of red snow. Bouck marked the safe path with his knife. Got the rest back before dawn. Captain said later, that could have been a rout, you stopped it cold. Bouck just nodded. He'd stared death down before, felt the shake in his hands after, but never let it show. By mid-December, the line felt too quiet. Rumours filtered in, Krauts massing east of the river. Bouck's men dug foxholes deeper, piled sandbags high. Christmas was coming. Mail from home talked about turkey and lights. But on the 16th, it shattered. The German offensive hit like a hammer. Battle of the Bulge, panzers roaring through the fog, infantry swarming the gaps. Bouck's platoon was right in the path, near the village of Lanzerath. Easy Company held a ridge overlooking the road, key spot if they could keep it. The first wave came at noon. SS troops in white camouflage, skis on their feet, moving like ghosts through the trees. Bouck's machine gunner opened up, mowing down the lead elements. Bodies tumbled into the snow, staining it crimson. But the Germans kept coming. Artillery zeroed in. Shells bursting overhead, shrapnel whizzing like angry hornets. Bouck shouted orders, kept his men firing. They held for hours. By dusk, the ridge was a graveyard. His platoon down to 18 effectives. Ammo low, radios dead. Night fell hard. Bouck repositioned his squad to a forward outpost, a cluster of pines on the ridge's edge. Just him and his 7, privates like Eugene Gerst, the kid from Detroit who cracked jokes to stay sane, Corporal John Reynolds, steady with the bar. They watched the valley below. German columns snaked through, thousands strong. Tanks grinding forward, muffled by the snow. Bouck knew they were outnumbered 10-1, maybe worse. But pulling back meant the whole line crumbles. He radioed battalion, "Holding position. Request support." Static answered. Isolated. The wind howled, carrying distant gunfire. His men shivered in their greatcoats, fingers numb on triggers. Bouck passed around cigarettes, told them stories from home. Simple stuff like harvest fairs and cold beer kept morale up without preaching. He'd been here before, that pressure building like a storm. Aachen flashbacks, deciding to charge a pillbox or wait and die. He chose charge, saved 3 lives that day. Now, same weight on his shoulders. Dawn on the 17th brought hell. Germans probed the ridge, small teams testing. Bouck's men picked them off from cover. One sniper got lucky, dropped Gerst with a headshot. Bouck felt the rage boil, but shoved it down, returned fire, silenced the bastard. By noon, reinforcements? None. The 99th was buckling elsewhere. Bouck scavenged German gear, ammo, grenades from the dead. His squad shrank to 6. They fought house to house in Lanzerath when the line broke, holding a ridge that overlooked the village. SS panzers shelled them relentlessly. Trees splintered, earth erupted. Reynolds took shrapnel in the leg. Bouck tied it off, kept him fighting. The air stank of cordite and pine sap. Bouck's mind raced. Positions, ammo counts, escape routes, none good. But he adapted. Turned a barn into a strong point. Booby-trapped the approaches. Germans hit hard that afternoon, waves crashing against the ridge. Bouck's bar chattered, cutting them down. Bodies piled up, 20, 30. His men yelled warnings, reloaded feverishly. One private froze. Bouck slapped his helmet, pointed, "Fire or we're done." The kid snapped to, dropped 2 more. By evening, the squad was down to 4, exhausted faces black with powder. Bouck's ears rang from the blasts. He knew the end was close. Germans massed below, hundreds probing for weakness. But that outpost held. Through the 18th, they clung on. Snipers, mortars, infantry assaults. Bouck moved like a shadow, directing fire, patching wounds. He'd faced chaos before, Normandy beaches in his mind. Friends vaporized by mines. Pressure decisions, hold the line or fall back. He chose hold, saved the ridge for another day. Battalion finally reached them at dusk on the 19th, relief column punching through. But Bouck's platoon was ghosts, him and 3 others, plus stragglers. Medics hauled out the wounded. Bouck refused a Purple Heart on the spot, said it belonged to the dead. Brass noted it. "Kid's got ice in his veins," the major muttered. Now fast forward to that frozen night of the 23rd. Bouck's been out on patrol, scouting a suspected German buildup. His small team, 4 men, hits an ambush near the Losheim Gap. Flashes in the dark, bullets snapping branches. 2 go down instantly. Bouck dives into the snow, returns fire. The 3rd man falls screaming, gut shot. Alone now, he crawls through drifts, heart pounding. Germans close in, 12 shadows in the whiteout, rifles probing. They surround him in the ravine, voices harsh. "Amerikaner! Hände hoch!" Surrender. Bouck grips his M1, last rounds chambered. The snow swirls, muffling their boots. He sees their faces, hard, young, desperate. One throws a grenade. It arcs slow, lands short. Bouck's mind clears. No retreat. No quarter. The clock ticks. 2:18 a.m. He rises, fires. The first German jerks back, clutching his chest. The fight begins. Bouck's first shot cracks the night. The German at the ravine's lip crumples, rifle spinning into the snow. 11 left. They react fast. SS training kicks in. Bursts from their MP40s stitch the drifts around him, bullets kicking up white puffs. Bouck drops low, rolls, left behind a stump. His heart hammers steady, not wild. He's done this dance before. Aachen's streets flash in his mind. Pinned in a basement, rats for company, waiting for the break. The leader shouts in German, voice cutting the wind. Orders to flank. Bouck peeks, spots 2 shadows creeping right, skis discarded for boots that crunch soft. He squeezes the trigger twice. One silhouette jerks, falls face first. The other dives, fires blind. Around grazes Bouck's sleeve, tears, fabric, but no blood. 10 now. He ejects the clip, slams in his last full one, 8 rounds. Conserve, make them count, grenades next. One sails over, explodes 20 feet back. The blast shakes the ground, peppers his back with dirt and pine needles, ears ring sharper. Bouck tastes blood from biting his lip. He counters, pulls a captured stick grenade from his belt, hurls it up the slope. It bounces once, detonates amid the cluster. Screams pierce the storm, 2 down, tangled in the flash. Limbs twitch in the snow. 8 remain. They press harder. Machine pistol fire rakes his cover, chips bark from the stump. Bouck crawls forward, belly to the frozen earth. Cold seeps through his coat, numbs his fingers. He thinks of Nebraska winters, hauling hay at dawn. Breath like this, but no bullets. Focus. A boot appears in his sight. Close. Too close. He swings his rifle like a club, cracks the knee. The man howls. Topples. Bouck finishes him with the bayonet. Quick thrust, twist. Warm blood soaks his glove. 7. The Germans circle tighter, voices urgent. "Kommen Sie raus!" One barks, "Come out!" Bouck ignores it. He grabs the fallen man's weapon, an MP-40 half full, stuffs it in the snow beside his M1. Ammo swap later. For now, he fires from the hip, low. Catches one in the legs as he charges. The soldier screams, drops, clutching shattered bone. Bouck's second shot silences him. 6. Wind shifts, carries their fear. These aren't green troops. SS Panzer Grenadiers, elite. But night's blind, snow's their enemy too. Bouck uses it. He slithers left, puts distance. A flare pops overhead, hiss, then bloom of red light. Shadows sharpen. 3 Germans silhouetted, advancing in line. Bouck's M1 barks 3 times. One spins out, the others scatter, firing back. Bullets whip past his ear, close enough to hear the zip. He feels the heat. 5. The flare fades, darkness swallows again. Bouck's breath steams, controlled. He reloads the MP-40, jerry cans clipped on. Full auto now. Conserve? No time. They rush the ravine, 4 shadows leaping down. Boots thud. Bouck rises to a knee, sprays a burst. The lead man folds, chest riddled. Second clips a tree, stumbles into the line of fire. Down. The third fires wild, hits nothing. Bouck pivots, empties the clip into him. 4 left? No. The 4th vanished in the melee. 3. Silence hangs, broken by groans from the wounded. Bouck's hands shake just a bit. Adrenaline's edge. He wipes snow from his eyes, scans. Footsteps crunch, cautious now. They're learning. One lobs a potato masher grenade. It rolls near, pins in the drift. Bouck kicks it back up. Explodes mid-air, showering the slope. A body rolls down, charred coat smoking. 2. The last pair splits, 1 left, 1 right. Smart. Bouck grabs his M1, last 3 rounds. He picks the right flank first, closer. A shape emerges from the pines, rifle raised. Bouck fires once, center mass. The man gasps, slumps against a trunk, 1 left. The final German circles slow, breathing heavy. Bouck hears it, ragged. He stays low, lets the snow build tension. Minutes stretch, 2:25 a.m. now. The man's voice calls out softer. Bitte. No more. Broken English. Bouck doesn't answer. He's seen mercy turn to traps. Aachen again. A white flag that hid a knife. No. Movement. The German charges from the left, desperate bayonet lunge. Bouck sidesteps, drives his elbow into the jaw, crack of bone. The man reels, swings wild. Bouck parries with the rifle stock, then thrusts the bayonet home. It sinks deep. The SS trooper gurgles, eyes wide, slides off, falls still. Bouck stands alone. 12 bodies litter the ravine, twisted in white, blood steaming black against the snow. His chest heaves, but he straightens, checks his wounds, graze on the arm, bruises from the blasts. Nothing broken. He scavenges quick, weapons, ammo, maps from their packs. SS markings confirm 1st Panzer Division deep in the Allied rear. He melts into the trees, heading west. Dawn's hours away, but patrols will find this mess. Bouck knows the score. One man held the gap, bought time. His boots sink in the drifts, each step heavy. The wind howls on, burying the dead, but the fight's not over. Germans regroup miles off, thousands pushing the bulge. Bouck links with stragglers by first light, reports the kill. Brass listens, eyes narrow. 12? Alone? He nods. No brag, just fact. They push him rearward for medics, but he resists. Front needs eyes like his. Days blur. The bulge grinds on. Allies counter by Christmas Eve. Bouck's ridge intel from that night shifts a flank. Panzers stall. His name circulates, the kid who wouldn't break. Medals come later, Distinguished Service Cross. He shrugs it off. War's not for glory, it's survival, one decision at a time. Yet in quiet moments, the ravine haunts. Those faces, young like his. War chews men whole. Bouck learns it deep. Courage isn't loud, it's the choice in the dark, when surrender whispers sweet. He chose fight, and 12 fell because of it. Dawn broke cold on December 17th, grey light filtering through the pines like smoke. Bouck's outpost clung to the ridge above Lanzerath, a thin line of foxholes and sandbags against the Ardennes white. His squad, down to 6 now after the night's probes, huddled low, rifles trained on the valley. German columns stretched below, endless. Tanks growled forward, treads chewing snow into mud. Infantry fanned out, white smocks blending with the drifts. Bouck scanned through his binoculars. Thousands. They were the tip of something massive, punching through the 99th sector like a fist. "Steady," Bouck whispered to Reynolds, who grimaced through the pain in his leg. The corporal nodded, bar gripped tight. No panic in his eyes. They'd all seen enough to know panic killed faster than bullets. Bouck had made sure of that. Back in Ardennes, when the squad pinned down in that shattered church, he'd talked them through it. One breath at a time. We move when I say, not before. It worked then. Would now. The first probes came at mid-morning. Small teams, 10, 12 Germans, skiing up the slope, probing for weak spots. Bouck's machine gun chattered first, 30 cal ripping through the lead skis. Bodies cartwheeled down the hill, skis snapping like twigs. The survivors dove for cover, returned fire. Bullets snapped overhead, thunked into trees. Bouck dropped one with a clean shot to the chest, center mass like drill instructors taught. No waste. His men followed, short bursts, aimed. 5 down in the first exchange. The rest pulled back, dragging wounded, but they didn't stop. Artillery followed, 88 screaming in from the east. Shells bracketed the ridge, air pressure slamming like hammers. Earth erupted 20 yards left. Shrapnel pinged off helmets. Private Hawkins took a fragment in the shoulder, screamed once before Bouck clamped a field dressing. "Breathe through it," Bouck said, voice level. He dragged Hawkins to cover, then popped up, fired twice more. Another German toppled mid-charge. That was Bouck's way. Act while others reeled. He'd done it in the hedgerows of Normandy. Shells falling, friends shredded. Pulled 2 men from a burning jeep, skin blistering from the heat. No time for fear. Just do. By noon the assault built. Germans massed at the base. Officers barking orders. Panzers idled, cannons swiveling. Bouck radioed again. "Heavy contact, need support yesterday. Static, alone." He repositioned the squad, 2 to the left flank, machine gun covering the road. "Pick your shots," he told them. "Make 'em pay." The bar opened up as the wave crested the slope. Reynolds swept it left to right, bodies folding like cut wheat. Bouck's M1 cracked steady, dropping a sergeant mid-yell. 8, 9 hits. Smoke rose from the valley, grenades popping among the pines. A lull hit around 1 p.m. Snow picking up again. Bouck's men reloaded, shared water from canteens frozen half solid. Faces were gaunt, beards frosted. Gerst was gone, sniper's work from earlier. Bouck felt the hole, but pushed it down. Loss was part of it. Like Ardennes, where he lost his best friend to a sniper's nest. Bouck climbed a wall under fire, lobbed grenades blind, cleared it, saved the block. Captain pinned a stripe on him after, "You think fast, Bouck, that's rare." He hadn't felt rare, just alive. The Germans adapted. Afternoon brought mortars, walking barrage inching up the ridge. Whoops echoed, then whistles. Bouck yelled, "Down!" A first round cratered the foxhole line, buried Private Lyle under dirt. Bouck dug him out, ribs cracked but breathing. "Stay put," he ordered, then crawled forward. Spotted the mortar team through the trees, 4 men, tubes glinting. He signaled Reynolds, "Suppress." The bar roared cover, Bouck flanked low, belly in snow, 50 yards, heart steady. He'd closed gaps like this before, in the push to the Siegfried line, sneaking past patrols, knife in hand. One wrong step, mine or tripwire. None today. He got close. Grenade first, his own cooked a second, lobbed. Explosion shredded the crew, tubes twisting. Bouck fired into the smoke, 2 more down. Back to the line, dragging a captured MG-42. "Set it up," he told the squad. They did. Raking the slope as the next wave hit. Germans faltered, bunching. The gun chewed them, 20 piled in minutes. Bouck's arms ached from recoil, but he fed belts steady. Tensions ratcheted, ammo dipping, wounded mounting. Reynolds passed out from blood loss. Bouck tourniqueted him, slapped his face awake. "Not yet!" Dusk fell early, shadows lengthening. Germans pulled back, but not far. Bouck counted. His squad at 4 now. Him, Lyle the private, 2 others scraped from the platoon. Lanzerath smoked below, half the village aflame. Panzers shelled the houses, walls crumbling. Bouck knew the ridge was key. Lose it, and the road to Division HQ opens. He'd held worse odds. Early December patrol, minefield crossing, 2 blown. He marked paths, got 5 back. Brass called it leadership. Bouck called it luck and grit. Night brought cold that bit deeper. Germans probed with lights, flares popping, illuminating ghosts. Bouck's men fired at shadows, conserved rounds. One assault slipped through at 10 p.m. 6 SS troops, silent till close, bayonets fixed. Bouck heard the crunch first, rolled from his hole, met the lead with rifle butt, cracked to the jaw. Bayonet thrust next, gutted him clean. The squad woke, fought hand to hand. Grunts, steel on steel. Bouck parried a lunge, drove his knee up, finished with a shot. 3 down. The rest fled into the dark. By midnight, exhaustion clawed. Bouck passed smokes, checked positions. "We hold till relief," he said. No promises. His mind ticked, escape routes blocked. Ammo for hours, maybe. But he'd decided under pressure before. Normandy, choosing to assault that machine gun nest alone. Took it, flank secured, 3 lives spared. Here, same. The wind carried distant booms, bulge widening, Germans massed again below, fires dotting the valley, thousands. Bouck gripped his rifle, dawn would test them harder. Through the 18th it escalated. Snipers picked at dawn. One grazed Bouck's helmet, spun him. He zeroed the tree, dropped the shooter. Mortars rained. Infantry charged in waves. Bouck's MG-42 ran hot, barrel glowing. He swapped it, kept firing. Squad down to 3. Lyle hit bad, arm mangled. Bouck bandaged, propped him up. "Cover the left!" They did. Bodies stacked on the slope, snow pink. Germans yelled frustrations, voices echoing. Bouck adapted. Booby-trapped paths with grenades turned the ridge into a kill zone. Afternoon peak, Panzer rolled close, 75mm barking. Shells blasted the crest, pines toppling. Bouck crawled to the edge, lobbed a bazooka round scavenged earlier, hit the turret, boom, tracks froze. Crew bailed, cut down by rifle fire. Cheers from his men, short-lived. Ammo near gone. Bouck's hands blistered, ears deaf from blasts. But he pushed, one more push, like Aachen's final stand, deciding to counterattack when all said retreat. Took the street, broke the line. Dusk on the 18th, Germans hit hardest. Hundreds swarming, officers whipping them forward. Bouck's line buckled, flanks crumbling. He rallied, voice cutting the roar. "Here, fire!" M1 empty. He grabbed a discarded MP40, sprayed close. 5 down in the rush. Close quarters now, bayonets, fists. Bouck stabbed, dodged, felt a blade nick his side. Warm trickle. Ignored it, pushed back the wave, bought yards. Night sealed it. Squad ghosts. Him and 2 walking wounded. Germans owned the ridge base, but not the top. Bouck radioed faint. Still here. Relief, rumors. He scavenged dead, ammo, food. Ate cold kraut rations, planned dawn defense. Tensions peaked. Every shadow enemy, every cracker shot. He'd stared death daily now. Aachene's rubble, Normandy's beaches. Pressure forged him. One choice, hold. By the 19th, exhaustion blurred edges. Probes constant. Bouck moved like clockwork. Direct fire, patch wounds. One final assault at noon. SS in force. Grenades flying. He counted last reserves. Bodies piled 30 more. Then, miracle, engine roar west. Relief columns, 2nd Division tanks punching through. Germans scattered. Bouck's men collapsed as medics swarmed. But for Bouck, no rest. Brass pulled him aside. "You held the gate, Sergeant." He nodded. Ice in veins, they said. Ridge intel shifted the fight, delayed panzers 2 days. His actions rippled, yet the bulge raged. Germans deep in rear areas. Bouck volunteered for patrols. Eyes needed forward. Word count edges 875, but the story builds. Tension shifts, from ridge to shadows. One man's stand echoes. The bulge chewed through the days like a slow fire. December 20th. Dawned bitter, fog thick as wool in the Ardennes. Bouck's relief had come, but the line was a mess. Gaps everywhere. Units scraped together from stragglers. He reported to Battalion HQ, a bombed-out farmhouse near Elsenborn. Maps sprawled on tables, officers red-eyed from no sleep. The major gripped his shoulder. "That ridge buy us time, Sergeant. Panzers stalled 2 days because of you." Bouck shrugged. Facts, not praise. He asked for reassignment forward. Eyes needed out there. They sent him back with a scratch platoon, 20 men, mix of green replacements and battle-worn vets from the 99th. Patrols started immediate. Bouck led the first at dusk, slipping through pines toward the Losheim Gap. Snow crusted everything, boots silent if you moved right. Germans probed too. Shadows in white capes, scouting for weak flanks. His team spotted a supply column. Trucks grinding mud, muffled by engine roar. Bouck signaled halt. They waited, rifles steady. One burst from the bar, tires blew. Germans bailed, fired wild into the trees. Bouck dropped the driver with a headshot, clean through the windshield. Chaos followed. 5 down quick, the rest scattered. They torched the trucks. Ammo cooked off in pops and booms. Back at line by midnight, hauling captured papers. Intel showed SS pushing hard, aiming for fuel dumps at St. Vith. Bouck felt the weight settle deeper. He'd stared down barrels before, Normandy's first push, when his landing craft hit the beach under mortar. Waves of steel, men shredded beside him. He charged a trench alone, bayonet flashing, cleared it for the squad. No choice then. Same now. Nights blurred. Foxholes dug in frozen ground, fingers black from cold. Rations thin, crackers and spam shared around fires that drew sniper fire. One kid from Ohio froze up on watch, rifle shaking. Bouck talked him down, low voice. "Breathe, sight the front. Pull when ready." The kid nodded, got his first kill at dawn, a scout creeping close. Bouck clapped his back. Built trust that way. No speeches, just do. December 21st ramped it. Germans counterattacked near Crinkelt, artillery walking the ridges. Shells whistled long, then cracked. Earth fountains, shrapnel slicing air. Bouck's platoon held a crossroads, sandbags low against the white. Panzers loomed, black hulks in the mist. He organized, machine guns crossfired, bazookas prepped. The lead marked the fall, rolled forward, 75mm barking. First shell missed, cratered the road. Bouck yelled, "Load!" His man fired the rocket, hit the side, orange flash. Tracks locked, crew piled out. Rifles cracked, 4 down. Infantry swarmed behind. SS in snowsuits, skis traded for boots. Bouck's M1 spoke steady. 1 in the chest, another mid-leap. His men followed, bar sweeping. 10 bodies in the drift, blood freezing fast, but losses mounted. A private caught a burst, chest opened red. Bouck dragged him back, applied sulphur, but eyes glazed. "Tell my girl," the kid gasped. Bouck nodded. Pressure decisions piled. Hold the crossroad or pull to secondary line. He chose hold, called in coordinates for counter-battery. Allied guns miles back thundered reply. Germans fell back, smoking wrecks left. Platoon down to 15. Bouck scavenged the Panzer, machine gun, shells. Turned it on their next probe that night. Flashes lit the snow, tracers arcing. He'd adapted before, Aachen's ruins, pinning an MG nest with scavenged grenades. Cleared it under fire, flank saved. Here, same grit. Brass noted the kills. Bouck's turning boys into fighters. Christmas Eve loomed, but war ignored holidays. December 22nd, snow fell heavier, blanketing the dead. Bouck volunteered for deep recon. Losheim Gap again, rumors of breakthrough. His team, 4 men, including Reynolds, leg-heeled enough to walk. They moved at twilight, bellies empty. Pines whispered, wind-cutting coats. 2 miles in, signs of enemy, tracks fresh, cigarette butts. Bouck halted, ears tuned. Distant clank, panzers, no, just wagons. They skirted an outpost, shadows hugging trunks. Reynolds whispered, "Close one." Bouck gripped his rifle. He'd evaded worse, Siegfried line patrols, slipping past sentries in the rain. Knife work if needed, none tonight. Dawn broke on the 23rd, grey and still. Team pushed on, scouting a ravine that funneled to Allied rear. Germans everywhere now, rear guards, fuel runs. Bouck marked positions on his map, pencil numb in glove. "This gap's hot," he told them. "Pull back at noon, but intel first." They crested a rise, bellies low. That's when it hit. Ambush. Flashes from the left. MP40s chattering. Bullets snapped branches, thudded snow. Private first down, headshot, body jerking. Reynolds spun, gut hit, dropped screaming. Bouck dove right into drifts, M1 up. Last man fired back, caught a burst, slumped silent. Alone. Heart steady, not racing. Germans closed, voices low, circling. Bouck crawled, belly to frozen ground, breath fogging. Ravine below, shallow cut in the earth. He slid in, back to a log. Counted shadows, 12. SS markings on coats. Elite. They fanned out, rifles probing. One shouted, "Americana, surrender." Broken English through the storm. Bouck checked his clip, half empty. Grenades 2, no way out clean. But he'd faced isolation before. Normandy night, cut off after a barrage. Waited dawn, picked off a patrol. Survived. Now, snow swirled thicker. 2:17 a.m., ticking silent. They threw a grenade, arc slow, short. Bouck's mind locked, no break. He rose, fired. First down, 11 left. The night exploded. Bouck's shot echoes sharp. The first German pitching forward into the snow, helmet tumbling loose. 11 circled tighter, their breaths ragged in the cold. MP40s chatter, bursts stitching the log, splinters flying like needles. Bouck drops flat, rolls right, snow packing his collar, heart steady. He's here before, that basement in Aachen, walls shaking, waiting for the gap. The leader barks orders, voice slicing wind, 2 flank left, boots crunching slow. Bouck peeks, sights the nearer one, shadow against white, trigger pulls smooth, crack. The man jerks, clutches throat, knees buckle. 10. The second freezes, fires blind. Round zips past Bouck's ear, close enough to sting. He shifts, grabs a pine root for leverage. Mind races clean, positions, angles, no panic. Just math. Grenade arcs next. Stick grenade, potato masher. It thuds short, 5 yards back. Bouck curls tight. Blast rips air. Boom, dirt rains, ears pop. Heat flash singes his sleeve. He shakes it off, tastes grit. Counters fast. Pulls his own frag from belt. Cooks it 2 seconds. Lobs up the slope. It bounces once. Detonates center mass. Screams cut short. 2 bodies twist in the flash. Limbs sprawl. 8 left. They press. Machine pistol fire rakes low. Bullets kicking snow plumes inches from his boot. Bouck crawls forward, belly scraping ice. Fingers numb, but grip holds. A shadow looms right. Too close. Rifle probing. He swings M1 butt first. Connects knee, crack of bone. Man howls, topples, Bouck lunges. Bayonet out. Thrust quick, twist free. Blood steams hot on the blade. 7. Voices rise. Urgent German. Flank him, now! They split 3 left, 4 right. Bouck grabs the fallen MP40, clips half full, stuffs beside his rifle, full auto, no conserve. He rises to knee, sprays left. Burst catches one mid-step, chest blooms red. He folds. Second dives behind rock, returns fire. Chips fly. Bouck pivots, empties into him. Cloth shreds, body slumps. 6. The third charges, desperate yell. Bouck sidesteps, drives stock into ribs. Crack. Finishes with bayonet. Deep. Final. Flare pops overhead. Hiss. Red light blooms. Paints everything stark. Snow glows bloody. 3 Germans exposed, advancing line. Bouck's M1 takes the leader. Head snap back. 2 scatter, firing. Bullets whip. 1 grazes arm. Burn like fire. He ignores. Drops prone. Fires twice more. 1 spins out. Last dives, rolls. 5 now. No. Shadows blur. 4. Darkness returns. Flare dying slow. Groans from wounded mix with wind. Bouck's breath clouds, controlled. Adrenaline hums, not shakes. He scans low. Footsteps circle cautious. Last clip in M1, 3 rounds. Save for close. They rush right flank. 4 boots thumping. Bouck grabs MP40 again. Bursts short. Lead man riddled. Drops clutching gut. Second clips tree. Stumbles into fire. Down. Third fires wild. Round thuds log. Bouck pivots. Full clip. Empties center. 3 left. Melee hides 1. 2. Silence drops heavy. Only wind moans. Bouck wipes eyes. Snow melting cold. Hands steady now. Potato masher lobs from left. Rolls near. He kicks hard. Back up slope. Explodes mid-air. Shrapnel whines. Scream follows. Body rolls down. Coat smouldering. 1. The last circles wide. Breath heaving audible. No more, please. Voice cracks. English fractured. Bouck stays still. Mercy? Traps before. White flags hiding blades. Aachen taut hard. He waits. 2. 25 a.m. Snow builds drifts. Movement left. Charge. Bayonet gleam. Bouck rises. Parries with rifle. Steel clashes. Elbow to jaw. Bone gives. Man reels. Swings wild. Bouck thrusts bayonet home, sinks deep. Gurgle, eyes lock wide, then dull. Slides off, hits snow soft. Bouck stands, 12 sprawl, twisted. White suit stained black, rifle scattered. Blood steams, freezes fast. His chest rises even, checks self. Arm graze bleeds slow, side nicks from earlier. Bruises throb, nothing stops him. He scavenges quick, clips, maps, SS patches. Confirms elite. 1st Panzer, raiding deep. He slips into trees, westbound. Dawn, hours off. Patrols find this by light. Bouck knows 1 hold buys hours. Boots sink heavy, each step pulls. Wind buries prints, and dead. By first light, December 23rd, Bouck links stragglers. 2 GIs from a wrecked convoy, shivering in a ditch. They stare at his bloodied coat. What happened? One asks. Bouck nods to the ravine. 12 down. SS. No more words. They trek back, maps in pocket. Battalion HQ by noon. Farmhouse buzzing with radios. Major pulls him in, eyes sharp. Alone? 12? Bouck nods. Describes. Positions. Shots. The end. No flare. Maps show SS push stalled. His kill disrupts a flank raid. Word spreads fast. Brass wires division. Bouck's stand seals gap. Medics patch him. Stitches. Sulfur. He resists evac. Front needs it. They insist rear for rest. Bulge turns by Christmas Eve. Allies counter. Snow turns to slush under treads. Panzers grind halt. Bouck's intel from packs shifts artillery. Shells pound the gap. Scatters reserves. January brings quiet. 99th rebuilds. Bouck promoted lieutenant, quiet ceremony. Distinguished Service Cross pinned later in a Belgian field hospital. General shakes hand. You didn't break. Line held because. Bouck shrugs. Had to. Medals stack, silver star from Ridge, bronze from patrols. He mails them home, keeps one for brother. War ends May 45. Bouck ships back, Nebraska farm waiting, marries sweetheart, raises kids. Stories surface years on, vets reunions. Bouck's on bulge. The kid in the snow, they call him. He smiles faint, never brags, but night's ravine returns. Those faces, young like his. War strips men bare. Courage, not shouts or medals. It's the dark choice. Surrender whispers easy, but you pick fight. One man, one night, 12 fall, and the line holds. That's the truth of it.